and I hate to say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. I'm going to say it. And this is from a place of so much love. I'm going to say it. This is a love place. A love place. Because I understand. I'm coming with compassion.
Yes.
But one of the things that I hate to see
What's up, Kneaded?
Hey, Kneaded.
Oh, we are here today. What are we working on today?
So we are working on
testing our assumptions.
Yeah.
That was really good. So last we met,
Yeah.
Adam Morris was telling us to test the assumptions.
Yeah.
I don't know who else is doing it, but we took that to heart.
Oh yeah, it's important. I feel like if we're gonna, just walk with me real quick.
Right.
If we're gonna fail, let's fail now.
Ooh, okay.
So that we can fix it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And get it
So we can
together
fix
and
it.
succeed later.
Okay. All right.
And so to me, that's how I thought about these
Yeah.
assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
Like if these things don't go right, first of all, will we be a thing?
Yes.
Will we be needed
Mm-hmm.
if these things are not? So of course that's what assumption is. But I took it really deeply, like.
Because I thought it was good. So we have two assumptions, right?
Yeah.
Can we beat Costco prices because we want to offer people discounted
bulk ingredients.
So can we beat discount prices?
Yeah.
And I learned some things.
We did learn some things. And we had a lot of fun learning those things.
I even learned something after the fact that Costco makes their money on memberships. So beating Costco prices.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then our second assumption. What was our second assumption?
So our second assumption is, will bakers rock with us? And that thought can be carried a few ways. Will they rock with us in the sense of the baking atmosphere in Northeast Ohio being kind of competitive?
Yes.
Will bakers want to come into the fold, so to speak, and be a part of a greater collective? And compete in a different way, as far as competition can go a couple ways. So there's a healthy competition and there's an unhealthy competition.
And then there's being in an environment with other people to learn from, vibe with, and it's so freaking lonely.
Yes, it is.
When you and Jeff started coming to the kitchen, I don't think I got any work done because I was like, hey,
we were so excited. We were all so excited. When I tell you, I would come home and I would be, well, first of all, let me say this. For me as a home baker, or cottage baker, being home, my husband is at work, all the work hours. I'm here by myself. I have a few entrepreneurial friends that I could call, on the phone and talk to. Yeah. But other than that, it's just me here. And so when I got to the kitchen, it created a cutoff between work-life balance, first and foremost, which was phenomenal. Yeah. But I felt like I was understood. And my entrepreneurial friends understand me, and my husband understands me, but there are certain things that I just didn't have to communicate out loud with y'all, that it just was understood, and just knowing us dealing with the different ebbs and flows together. Absolutely. And seasonal,
Yeah, absolutely.
It just made me feel just so bright and happy. So will the bakers rock with us? Will Costco prices be beatable?
So we went to more than Costco. Where did we go?
We went to Walmart. We went to Costco. We went to Sam's Club. We went to... Where else did we go? I feel like we went so many places.
We went to... Did we go to Aldi? Yeah,
we did go to Aldi.
Aldi. Yeah. So Aldi, Walmart, Costco, and Sam's Club. I think those are the four that... And I mean, there's other places that we could go to and check out. GFS and Restaurant Depot. But in my humble opinion, GFS is always more expensive than anywhere else. And I will never understand that.
It is more expensive. And there are things that I will not buy in GFS. Yeah. But they have certain specialty items that I can't get anywhere else.
What?
So I get my flour from there.
Oh, okay.
I love their flour. Okay. So they don't have a cake flour, but they have a really good all-purpose pastry flour that it just works for everything I need it to work for. It works for cake. It works for cookies. I use it in my pound cake. I think it's equivalent to a white lily. because my grandmother, I'm telling secrets, y'all, so pay attention. My grandmother used to only use white lily in her pound cake, and she would shun me if I tried to use anything else. But this flour from GFS, it works in this cake.
And I will say, I get my corn syrup from GFS because it's a big old jug of corn syrup. So I definitely get my corn syrup. Not high fructose corn syrup. Calm down. Just
Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy hand. Calm down.
Just my corn syrup. And I think sometimes when I need a big old thing of spices, I'll get that from there too. Like cinnamon, I'll grab some cinnamon. But I do prefer Costco cinnamon. But but if I'm in there and I need it. So that is one thing that I do get out of it. But and then when I'm treating myself, I'll buy like their street sweets. It's this big old box of like little petit four.
Oh,
and they're
from. You
ain't always around.
Never mind. You're right. It is.
I wanted some chocolate cake the other day, and I was like,
I got chocolate cake.
I can't be like ding dong.
You know where I live. Listen, I'll see you home with some today.
This is all my way. I'm gonna take some chocolate cake.
Okay.
I love chocolate cake. But anyway, all right. So we went to those 4 places, and then I think Walmart had pretty decent prices.
They did. I was surprised.
Yeah, I mean, and I wish I had that in front of me to like, what did we get the sugar? Something was like 2 cents an ounce. It was kind of crazy.
I want to say when you looked up the big bag of their flour.
The big bag of flour.
But it was regular all-purpose flour.
And one thing I like about Walmart is that it breaks down, and Costco does this too. It breaks it down per ounce, so you can immediately see like how much it is per ounce. But our particular Walmart didn't have all the labels on there, so we had to go and look it up. But Walmart was pretty good pricing. But when you buy bigger bags, the 25-pound bags, right?
You have to buy bigger.
So if you don't have the capacity of keeping 25 pounds of flour and keeping the boll weevils out.
Not the boll weevils.
Like regular story and the sugar, then it starts to not get more expensive, but your costs go up when you start buying like those smaller bags.
Absolutely.
Sure. So Aldi pricing, I mean Aldi pricing is it's decent.
It's
pricing.
decent if you're buying small
bags. Small bags of flour and sugar.
Yeah.
And sometimes their vanilla has been like...
They have good vanilla. Yeah, I like their vanilla. But even still though, for 2 ounces of vanilla for, I think, it's usually in the range. Yep. And you can go to Costco. Costco's the best, and Lord, please let these vanilla prices stay. Because I'm like loving the vanilla prices. You can get a whole 16-ounce bottle for $10.
For $9.99. And during COVID, it had shot up to like $21.99.
Listen, I know.
And I mean, so I was like, here's a little bit this, a little bit that. So honestly, like during COVID, I used brandy more than I did vanilla.
Okay, and it's probably was so delicious. I love brandy and the marshmallows.
So the question was, can we beat Costco prices? And I don't think we can.
You don't think we can?
I don't think we can beat Costco prices, but I think what we can do...
What can we do?
Is buy what you need.
Okay.
So
offer a bulk option or offer bulk pricing as a buy what you need.
Correct.
Why are my words not coming out today?
It's small.
I probably think I eat something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like.
So think back, I mean, because you baked with your mom, so you might not have the same experience as I did, but like, if you think back to the first time you had to go to the store to buy all the ingredients to buy your first cake, do you remember how much that cost you? So for me, I remember, because I was here in Cleveland, and I had to go to Heinen's, and like, I didn't know any better, like, I love grocery stores.
I do too.
I will go around
but
the country.
I don't like shopping grocery stores.
I love, let me tell you, when I went to that Giant Eagle on Lyndhurst the very first time.
Oh yeah, it's good. And I always forget about that one. It's really good in there.
Or my first time in Market District, I made a whole day of it. I love grocery stores. But anyway, Heinen's is a higher end grocery store, and I had to buy everything, and it cost me $35 to get all my ingredients to just make one cake.
What did you charge? Did you charge?
That part I don't remember, which is interesting. I don't think I charged. I think this was a birthday cake.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this was because it was a chocolate cake, and it might have just been like a birthday cake. And so it was $35 just to buy all the ingredients for it. And this is maybe 16 years ago.
So today. So
I'm thinking what we can do. So your membership to get into Costco is $60. So maybe you can't afford that $60 membership. Right? Okay. So you pay us a membership fee, which we don't know what that is today, but you pay us an annual membership fee, and you can buy in bulk from us. And instead of having a 25-pound of sugar, hey, today I only need like 2 cups of sugar, right? So for this project. But I think we have some small bakers out there, or even like, young high school kids or college kids that are just getting started and they just have like.
Now I will say I would do it.
Yeah, I would probably.
Because I've done it. Yeah. So like at the kitchen and need some butter, and I'm like, oh, Jeff is our candy maker. He is the Willy Wonka. He is Willy Wonka. I'll be like, Jeff, can I buy a pound of butter from you? Because I cannot fathom going out of this place into the store.
Honestly, yesterday I needed pecans, and I was like, can I just get half a cup of pecans? Yeah. And so I bought half a cup of pecans off it.
Okay. So I can see that, and we're there together, and the thought is we're there together, and it's convenient, and it's cost effective.
So I think that's something that we can do. So, and I think, and I know at some point we'll be able to go to like even bigger distributors as we grow, and then start to reduce our costs. Yeah. For sure. But right now eggs are probably like 41 cents an egg. So how do we get it? I tell you, when we were at 20 cents an egg, I was like, oh, I'm done using eggs. I don't know how y'all do these 40 cents
when I tell you, when I buy eggs, my blood pressure goes up. It really does. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So
absolutely. So I don't think our business model is broken. I think, just like you said, fail quickly. Yeah. And then let's fix it. So I think that's our pivot. That's our pivot. Is that you can buy what you need and you don't have to buy this membership. So
something that I just thought of a potential part is, if even though people can buy as they need, buy as you need, but think about how many stores we have to go to get the things that we need, because every store does not have that. Like I said, I go to GEFS for flour. Yes. I go to Costco for sugar and powdered sugar. I go to the cake store for I make American buttercream, and so I use a specialty shortening called Alpine shortening. Yes. I go there. And so I'm going to all these different places, but if we can hub it. And that's another perk, is that we don't necessarily, people won't have to run around.
Very good point.
And so we have those things, and we have the things that most people use in one place. I think that's a selling point as really well. Cool. And then you don't have to go and spend that time.
It's a whole day.
It's a day.
I make it a whole day where I'm just like...
And sometimes it's more than a day, because I might forget something. Or I might run out of something, or reach for something and I don't have it. And and so... and so, it could be a hub. It could be a hub. And that necessarily doesn't have to go... Like, the cost might not be as lower, but maybe we could get the cost as close to.
Oh, we can.
And then we could have that as a selling point as far as convenience.
We absolutely can. Yeah. And then, like I said again, like you don't have 25 pounds of sugar. You don't have a place for the 25 pounds of sugar, but you do have a place for, just bring in your container and fill up your container from there. That's something we could do too. That's good. Yeah. Fail fast and fix it.
Yes. So we also went to Sweet Surprises. Yeah. So we went there to interview. Well, we wanted to highlight the store because it is a hub for bakers. But we thought of it as, okay, this is a hub for bakers. We can meet a lot of bakers here, to interview them, to ask them about these assumptions and if these are true or false in their opinion. And so it was interesting. I think we should do it again.
Oh, we should do it again.
We should go back. It was around Easter time, and so I think we got a few bakers who are not necessarily business owners, but like hobby bakers who were doing it for Easter.
Yeah.
But still, we got some good feedback.
And I mean, graduation's coming up, so we'll get those graduation people. And that might be more business people than people who are just doing it for a holiday. And then Mother's Day, too. So those two we might get a lot of people. But we met some interesting characters.
We did. We some characters.
So that assumption. And it's interesting because, like, your initial assumption was, you know, would they want to bake in a bakery with other bakers, and they were both kind of like,
they were wishy-washy. I'm not gonna lie, they were like, why?
Yeah,
because the thought is why. And I have an oven at home,
yes,
and you know, I have maybe potentially, or you know, have capacity where I am because I'm not doing large scale. But when we got to the question asking if they had the opportunity to marketplace their things with us in a cafe setting, that was the moment to where the light bulb went off and they got excited.
Yeah, because that's one of the questions I get all the time is new bakers are always like, how do you find new clients? And you know, and I mean, I give them all the marketing things to do online, but like you really have to get into your community and find out what your community wants. Because a lot of people will be at home just like, oh, I made this today and it's strawberry pretzel pizza, right? And it's the best strawberry pretzel pizza.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, it's super fun recipe. It's one of them southern things, but then like you make it and then nobody wants to buy it from you, or then everybody wants to make sourdough bread, but like I mean, like it's like, who are you selling the sourdough bread to? Don't laugh.
No, because I had a thought, but never mind.
No, tell me the thought.
I didn't know. Sips water.
So all those things. So I know that when we have the cafe and people, so when they ask that question, hey, you can come sell at the cafe, and then people will know where to go. Like, I mean, I'm going to talk about Jeff for a second because like Jeff of Jeff's Candy Shop, he's just so dope, right? He just got this jump off from his video went to 200,000 people, right? And he got all these orders from it as well. And so, I mean, I just love him so much. Yes. But, so he was...
he my cousin.
Yeah. He's my son.
I'm adopted this guy. This is my little cousin. I just love him.
But if he had not already been at the corner and other stores...
Yes, absolutely.
Then when he went viral like that, he wouldn't have been able to say, hey, go over here. And so he told me he sold out at the corner.
I know he did.
You know?
Absolutely.
So like and then like this quote that I heard is, you know, I mean, being prepared for the opportunity. That's not the quote, but just being prepared for the opportunity. So if he hadn't had all those things in place before then, like he might have gotten bombarded, overwhelmed with like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know where to send people to because I wasn't ready for it.
Right.
So by having that cafe, you can start to build that traction until the point where you can build your own business and go out.
Absolutely. And that's the part. That for me is like, we are not doing this to cage, so to speak, you know, or control. This is absolutely like a launch. We want to help people launch pad into whatever they want to do. I know that for me personally, I've always kind of shied away from the thought of having a bakery because it's something that I've not done before. It's a lot of, you know, work.
It's a lot. Just manning it.
Manning it. And that was the thing. Like, I hate when businesses, and I hate to say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. I'm going to say it. And this is from a place of so much love. I'm going to say it. This is a love place. A love place. Because I understand. I'm coming with compassion.
Yes.
But one of the things that I hate to see, is when our people, we start something and we don't have enough support as far as like staff and, you know, whatever that looks like. And you have hours. And people know that these are your hours. These are on the internet. These are on your website, on Google. And then I show up and you're not there because something might have happened. Life lives. And life lives a lot sometimes. And then you can't be two places at once. So you have a little sign. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not open today. And so that always scared me. And so when I think of Kneaded and I think of a community of bakers who have each other's back hard. Like Big have your back. In all of the best ways, and support each other in that way. Like that's a dream come true for me. But then also seeing people kind of blossom and spring forward, you know what I mean, and do whatever that is for them.
Absolutely.
I would feel like a proud parent, you know? So, and I think it's so needed. I know you keep saying that, but it's so needed.
It is. It's necessary. It's needed. I mean, we're here for it. Because I was that person who had the bake shop, and I mean, like, I went 7 to 7 hard.
Oh.
I went 7 to 7, and because you got to find out like when's your traffic coming, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I went 7 to 7 for a while, and then like when I shut it down, like I just had the sign out there, and you know everything that came after that. But even still, as someone who shops small businesses, you know, like if you're not there, I know the big boy is open and ready, and like so, and I feel bad.
Oh yeah, I feel terrible because I'm like, I get it,
but I get it,
but I need this thing right now, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I do understand that. So I think that's one of the major things for Kneaded is it'll begin with us. And then the other bakers that we bring on. And then as we grow, who's that manager who's going to actually run it so that we can step away too. So it's like we're going to need that manager who actually manages it as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited.
Yes, I know we will grow like that. I know we will grow like that for sure. So people, they weren't 100% on baking in the bake shop because they could do it at home, but then the other side to that is there are a lot of people who cannot do it at home.
And from our time at the at the shop, there are a lot of people that I know are not following the proper rule, or I won't even say the proper rules, the rules. Are not even aware of what the rules are, and then they're giving food to the public.
Yeah, because so that was one of the questions we asked was, do you know the difference between a cottage baker and a home baker? And everybody swore that they were a licensed home baker, but they weren't licensed home baker. They're cottage bakers. If the Department of Agriculture doesn't come to your house and inspect you and give you a $10 baking license, that cheesecake is not legal. You should not legally be doing that. But then, like, you might have pets at home, and you make a really good cheesecake. So you need a place like Kneaded so you can come and legally make that cheesecake. Because, like, if you have the best, you're gonna blow
People
up.
gonna want it.
And like Meyer Supercenter is here in full effect, and Dave's and Heinen's and Giant Eagle that you can sell to. So you will need a space where you can go.
Absolutely.
And I know there's other commercial kitchens, but what makes us super special is it's just going to be for this confectioner.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about the fishmonger.
You don't have to worry about the listen. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Listen, God, we might have to edit that.
You're gonna spend that one. But it's true though. No, it's so.
Yeah, so no outside,
no caterers, nothing.
No.
And I think what's huge about that too is when we can start to get specific with people about how to grow their businesses, we have that expertise. So if they want to grow just corporate clientele, if they want a subscription box, or if they and just even marketing, like I love like your marketing, like how you lead up to what's coming.
I love doing that. It's so fun.
And then just
it's the momentum
and just vibing off of
and
each
then
other
figuring out creative ways,
Yeah.
like Lady Whistle Down. It's like, this is Rita. Like, I can't wait to do her again. Y'all don't even know what I got up my sleeve.
But even that black box that you brought out, right? You brought out this black box, and I was like, oh, that's so dope. And then you put this sticker on it, and I was like, that ain't it. And then, I gave that suggestion, and you put that black gourmet girl in there. And
it was like, delicious, wasn't it? It was scrumptious.
I was like...
Listen, it was so perfect. And that is a part of the magic of opening your heart and soul up to collaboration. And trusting that what's for you is for you.
Absolutely.
people cannot take what's already for you, and just leaning into collaboration. There's so many good things that come from
that little label. I feel like you just increase the price from that little label alone.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you. So I took a box with the label. So I tried to do my label. I did the overall. Yeah. I took orders for my cake tasting box. I messed the boxes up because my transfer tape was ripping the box apart. So I had to give out boxes without the label.
Okay.
So the one you saw was me very carefully. I ruined like 10 boxes, y'all. But when I took it to the Madison and I took it and presented it to them,
it spoke for itself.
They were like, oh.
It spoke for itself. It was absolutely gorgeous.
And it was almost, I felt like I was on the Food Network because they didn't even want to touch it. They were like, so tell us what we have here. You know, on shop, they're like, so what do we have here? And he said, I have prepared for you today. I felt that way. And it was such a awe moment. And so like I said, showing up and being professional in every which way, making sure that you come with your best. And it's okay to grow and not be perfect, you know, but whatever your best is in the moment, showing up with your best so that you make that impression. Yeah. You know, and so, but collaboration is amazing. And I love collaborating with you. You're so amazing.
Thank you. I try to, like, you know, you can't really tell if somebody wants that feedback or whatever. So I just give it, and like wherever it falls. But like, I really didn't. Because I hugged you when I saw it because I didn't think that you were good.
I'm laughing for something else.
I know you are. But so I didn't know where that really landed.
Oh, well, you know, I love feedback. Yeah, I love all the feedback.
And
that's how you grow.
But I don't like feedback from mean people, though, because I'm like, or from people who are not my customer. If you're not my customer, I don't like your feedback.
But I still appreciate it. I do, because I get people, like I don't know if I shared, somebody shared with me, they wanted me to lower the cost of my jar. Okay. Because they told me, in Meyer, they told me that if I lowered the cost of my jar, more people would buy it. And probably, maybe. But I'm comparable to the jar cost in the store. And I have a luxury product. And it's not, I know it's not for everybody. And I'm okay with that. That's what I made. I made it and I knew who it was for. And you know, would it be nice to lower the cost
but be profitable too? You're gonna lower.
That's
the
what
cost
I'm saying.
Be profitable. So we tested our assumptions.
Okay.
We can't necessarily beat Costco, but we can come dang near close and offer you like convenience and that hub. I love this hub idea. So, and then we went to Sweet Surprises. We talked to some people. We've actually done a online survey too, which was that online survey was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
So we did get some good feedback. And you know, it's so funny because the last time we talked, people were like, online is a different vibe from in person, and it almost seemed like the vibe swapped.
Yeah, it did. I agree.
Like we got a better vibe. Yeah. But I mean, are you still ready to open this cooperative bakery based on the assumptions that we thought and how we pivot?
I do. I think that be
more excited.
Well, it's not that I'm not excited. I'm just serious.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
I haven't met her before.
I'm serious. Well, I'll be serious sometimes. No, I think that it's just really important that we find the right people. Okay. That the assumptions they're checking out, but there is a specific person who is for us to come in, right? Okay. So I say all of that to say, remember we were talking about that early stage baker who we're trying to get on path, and we're trying to help them organize and become, you know, an actual legitimate baker and bakery. I think we need to go and hone or define more characteristics of who Kneaded is for. Okay. And we learned that, like the one lady who she was quite the character.
Yes, ma'am.
And she didn't necessarily. She's retired. You know what I mean? And I don't think that this is something that she was really serious about. This is something she's doing kind of for fun. Yeah. And just kind of defining our
I really love
person
this.
more.
I see where you're going with
you see
this.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it is needed. But like with all businesses, it's not for everybody. Yeah. Like our client or our person.
So it's almost
not
as
everyone.
If we're looking for people we can pass the baton to.
Yeah. Absolutely. No. And then we kind of talked a little bit, and we'll get into this later, but when we had our meeting with Eric, we talked about who the person is and kind of that income point that
which surprised me.
Deemed success.
Yes. He said 50,000, and I was like,
me too.
Yeah, and
because I thought of it in two ways, and I'm gonna save it.
Okay,
I'll save that
next time.
Because we'll be talking too long. We'll be talking too long, but so I think we need to define, based on this feedback and based on these meetings and meeting people, who is our person, who is the needed baker.
I absolutely love that. I'm gonna go and sit with that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and sit with that.
And I know a lot of them.
Yes. Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I know many of them in Cleveland that I would love to have them come and be a part of Kneaded. And I think that we could all grow so amazingly.
So that begs the question, are you ready to be a part of Kneaded? So this has been Kneaded with Chef Saidah Farrell and
Aldi.
And we'll see you next time on Kneaded.
See you next time.
That's it for right now. For right now. Okay. Good Lord, I got all kinds of editing to do with this.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. My bad.